The CMC is in the matter of CFI 087-2021 before the Registrar Nour Hineidi as being held by way of video conference. The claimant is represented by Mahmoud Hussein Advocates and Legal Consultancy. Lead counsel is Mahmoud Hussein. The defendant is represented by BSA Ahmed bin Hazim and Associates LLP. Lead counsel is Antonius Dimitropoulos.
Thank you. So, Mr. Hussein, you act for the claimant, is that right?
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you. All right, so would you like to lead us and tell us where matters stand for the CMC, walk us through the orders, and perhaps then Defendant's Counsel can speak up when necessary. Does that sound okay?
It's okay for me. We have actually had the timetable, which we send it to the respondent. We surprisingly received on Friday an email from the respondent counsel stating that they want to extend a little bit the times, which we didn't have a good ample of time to discuss it with our clients.
Okay, and are these the timelines for the procedural timetable as set out in the draft CMC order?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not an agreed CMC order, is that right?
Initially it was, I think.
Okay, so it was initially, but currently it's not agreed.
No, yes, correct.
Okay. Mr. Please excuse me for not pronouncing your name properly. I know it's a lovely Greek name. I'm going to have a go. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you pronounce it, and then I'm going to repeat it after you. How do you pronounce your last name, please?
Thank you, Madam Registrar. It's Dimitrakopoulos. It's just as you read it. There's no twist to it. It's literally as it's spelled. It's a bit long, that's all.
Dimitrakopoulos. Okay, all right. Yes. Dimitrakopoulos. I should know how to pronounce this because I do have many Greek colleagues in Australia. So do excuse me for not pronouncing your name properly. What's your client's position on the current CMC timetable?
Yes. Madam Registrar, in an ideal world, we should have responded sooner to the proposals of the claimant. However, in an ideal world, the claimant would have been able to provide us with its proposals earlier, not on the last date. Be that as it may, it occurred to us that although we are the defendant and it's perhaps a little bit unorthodox to wish to shorten the length of these proceedings, we do find that the proposals put forward by the claimant extend this process to about December, with the trial sort of envisaged about mid-December. So what we did with our counter proposals, which were admittedly provided at the last minute, is to bring that a little bit earlier to, I believe, September. In the meantime, we had a look at the default setting of the case plan as it's set out on the DFC Court e-registry portal. And I think it's probably a happy medium solution, and that we seem to have followed inadvertently the dates put forward in the default case plan, with the exception of the gap that exists between the closure of the expert witness stage and the pre-trial review, which is about 2 months. If that could be shortened, we're in the hands of the court for that, then I think that would bring the overall program, let's say, to a more realistic level for the relatively modest amount in dispute and the relatively straightforward issues in dispute.
That's helpful. Thank you very much. Mr. Hussein, I know you haven't had a chance to review and seek client instructions on the defendant's proposed amendments to the CMC order, but did you have any preliminary comments? I think at this stage, I will need to make a decision today, because I think if we were to ask the parties to agree the new timelines, following the defendant's proposed changes to the timetable, it's going to prolong the process and it's going to increase costs unnecessarily. So do you have any thoughts on truncating the deadline slightly? I do agree that the amount in issue is not substantive. It's not as if you will, expensive as a lot of claim amounts that we see in the CFI. So I think this is capable of being disposed of quite early.
I think our problematic issue is we have a couple of witnesses. Some of the witnesses are overseas. We need to consult with them in appropriate time. We have KPMG, who's our witness as well, expert, who would be in the case, and we need to look to their calendar as well, because they could have parallel events and they were comfortable with the dates that we proposed previously. So basically this is another challenging. Third challenging thing for me is as well, I need to check with the barrister as well. So basically I have a lot of issues, and Friday to surprise us with this email, for me it's a very shocking, and it's changed everything. So I have to go to the client, I have to go to each and every witness. It's not matter of clients, but other witness who are not here, who are overseas as well. I need to manage their calendar, their working calendar. I need to check with KPMG and with the barrister, Mrs. Sofia. So basically, Mrs. Registrar, for me, it's a very difficult, and I'm put in very bad situation in front of my client, in front of all of those people, and it's an unnecessary pressure for us. And
Okay.
I believe case is case, whether it's a small case or simple or non-simple. Case are case. Case has its complexity, it has its own preparation, and we are doing all of that parallel. But Friday to send it to me after, I cannot do anything. I cannot get in touch with my client. I cannot call him in a weekend. He doesn't reply. I have to check and sit again with the KPMG to see what time they need and whether they are comfortable or not, or they have prior engagement.
Okay, I'm going to suggest something, because I mean, what we could do is either proceed with one timetable over the other. But being a registrar, one of my main mandates is to make sure that cases are being disposed of as quickly as we can dispose of them. So what I might suggest, are the parties available for another CMC on Wednesday? That should hopefully give Mr. Hussain time to consult with the experts, consult with his clients. That's two extra days. And then we come back on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, for example, for a quick CMC then. And if the timetable is not agreed by that stage, then I will sit down and make decisions on when things are to be due and when the trial is to be listed. How do the parties feel about that?
I'm okay with that. I think it's a good ample of time. Will allow me to talk to the client, KPMG, to the barrister, and coordinate with them and see what is their good time. And I'll do my level best to make this proceeding very expedite and fast as soon as possible. But the thing is, I have a limitation because they are parties. I have to give them in a short time. So hopefully by Wednesday I would have answer from all of them.
Okay, Mr. Dimitriakopoulos.
Yes, we are fine with that, Madam Registrar, but would it be possible at all to postpone the time from 10 a.m. to similar time to today, if possible?
I can do 11 a.m. But in the interest of full disclosure, I have a early morning hearing at 4 a.m. on that same day. And I certainly don't want to give you a grumpy side of me. So I think the earlier the better. So perhaps 11 o'clock if that suits everyone. Is that?
Let me check my calendar. I think I have a hearing. I think I will finish at 10 o'clock. So basically 11 would be good for me.
Okay. Mr. Dimitriakopoulos, is that okay
Yeah,
with you?
I have a prior commitment at 11, which I will cancel or postpone and accommodate the 11 o'clock proposal on this Wednesday.
Okay, otherwise 11:30, does that help if it's 11:30?
Even more so, yes, it will happen.
Okay, why don't we do 11:30 on Wednesday morning? And I hope that we've got an agreed order by that time, and if we don't, then the parties are well aware that I will need to issue my own orders and directions on the procedural timetable then. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you, Mrs. Registrar, I think meanwhile I'll get in touch with my client and I'll try to as well get in touch with Mr. Dimitri Kopoulas if we could reach more approach which is approved by us and them, so at least we make Wednesday more easier and give you that's the final thing which if we reach something. If he doesn't mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
of
I'll
course,
try to
I'm
reach
sure
out.
I'm sure that approach is something that the defendant would be very much agreeable to, because it reduces costs at the end of the day, and it means that the parties are agreeing on the things that shouldn't matter in terms of the substantive issue at hand. So yes, if you can try and agree dates, that would be fantastic. If you can't agree dates, then obviously the hearing will be a little bit longer, so that could go for an hour or two on Wednesday, and then we can go from there. But I think in terms of learning points from this example is parties should try and obviously agree a timetable well beforehand with ample notice on either side for next time, so that obviously claimants and defendants have time to converse with their clients and experts. And then, yes, Mr. Hussain, please, if we can log into the hearing as early as you can, usually 10 minutes before it starts, that would be fantastic.
I apology from my side because I was engaged in the hearing with the Dubai court. Just I jumped directly to come over here, and it was on Microsoft Teams as well. So I apology for that, and I think Mr. Registrar, next time you will not see it. You see me more punctual on the time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hussain. Much appreciated. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. And I will see you on Wednesday. I should mention that typically I do have my camera on, but there is usually a lot of document review in a CMC, which is why my camera's off, so I can review the bundle. But I'll put my camera on briefly on Wednesday and then switch it off as we're reviewing documents. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.